What an amazing comeback by Tottenham Hotspur. Man United score 3 as well. A brilliant night for the Lily Whites of North London. Manchester United finally get at least a decent second half performance. They score a few goals. The elusive clean sheet avoids big pressure on Arsenal now, who have been leapfrogged by Tottenham. Man United level on points with them in what is going to be an epic top 4 race. What an evening of football we just witnessed in London and in Leicester. The capitulation, but also the brilliant comeback from Tottenham had me. I'm not even a Man United fan, a Tottenham fan, and I was celebrating. That's getting clipped up, that bit, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't even,
a Man United
like, I couldn't believe it. The euphoria. Also, my club winning. Just an amazing night in every single which way. We're going to be taking some of your calls. We're going to be getting your feedback on the show tonight. Make sure like buttons are being smashed. We're here at Unit 7, the home of the Football Terrace in Give Me Sport. And, you know, we had the watch along going, and it was just an absolute carnage of a night. And for me, look, I am going to talk Man United for a second because we're moving on to Tottenham. Got a Spurs fan in the house, and I want to say this. Terrible in that first half. You could see the hangover from the Aston Villa game. But as the second half started, you saw United getting better and better. Elanga with that opening goal. Unselfish Bruno Fernandes getting an assist to set up money. Mace Greenwood puts the ball in the back of the net. A good substitution from Ralph. And on he comes, boy wonder, Marcus Rashford. Where you at, Mbappe? I'm joking. That's a joke. He's been terrible, but I'm happy he got his goal. United put the game to bed. Horrible to concede the goal at the end, but they win the game. Great story for Manchester United tonight. No shadow of a doubt. Amazing from Manchester United. Amazing. But Tottenham Hotspur tonight. One of the most galvanizing results. A dagger in the heart of Arsenal Football Club. 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of the game. And Bergwijn has won it. I cannot believe what I was sitting here singing songs at Alan, banter in Tottenham, and then what we just witnessed one of the greatest comebacks. And do you know what? In the context of the season, it could go down as one of the greatest moments of the Premier League season, maybe the last decade, depending on what they go on to do this season. They have to win from here. But I said it in the build-up to this game on the Bet Victor show. You don't write an Antonio Conte team off. Write them off at your peril. They were actually very good tonight, and it was a smash and grab from Leicester, but Bergwijn saved their bacon. They now go in front of Arsenal. In front of Arsenal. This top 4 race is amazing. I'll tell you, Arsenal fans are gutted tonight. But I'll tell you who's more gutted. Chelsea fans. Because Spurs are coming for you. Arsenal are coming for you. I'm not talking about Man United yet. We won tonight. We just won a game tonight. Like we're not in the conversation as of now. I want to go to some of these super chats here. And I am going to talk Brendan Rodgers later. I'm going to get on to Brendan a little bit later on in the show. I was robbed. What was Bruno doing? Yes, and we actually were talking about your bet, Oral Campbell, the 4-1 bet. We were so close to winning £150 courtesy of Bet Victor. And Bruno with that shot, I can't believe he did it to us. He went for the spectacular and messed it up. Terry, I've lost my voice completely, and I think I woke up my neighbors, but I don't care. What a comeback is what Jerome all the way in Australia.
It's going to be like
seven mate, early. He says, Terry, I would genuinely take McTominay over Henderson. I know, so did I, mate, so did I. You really thought United were amazing, Terry. Maybe I got my rival glasses on, but the performance looked very average. Brentford could have finished it. As I said, first half, I don't know how much you heard. First half, we were awful. In the second half, we were much improved. We were more clinical, and we created chances. And yes, they messed their opportunities up, but I've seen Brentford create those opportunities and get into those positions against Chelsea this season when Chelsea were killing it. I've seen them at home draw 3-3 with Liverpool. I saw Man City scrape a 1-0 there. So they're not an easy team to play. But I always believe when you've got the quality in a Man United team, a Chelsea team, an Arsenal team, you should be beating them. And we did. I wouldn't say we were amazing tonight. I was being a little bit flippant. We were much better in the second half. A good foundation from Manchester United to hopefully, from their point of view, grow from. That's all I'm going to say there. Don Conte is what we're seeing everywhere from Billy the Yid. That's just me reading his name. That's just me reading his name. It's what he's called. Chelsea fans are scared, is what boy has got to say. That's when I say the word boy, spelled like I've got to say boy. Got to say like that rather than boy. Bruno Fernandes has had 4 goal contributions, 2 assists and 2 goals in our last 2 games. I heard he was a dead footballer. Listen, write Bruno off all you want. No midfield player in European football in the last 4 years has created and or scored more goals than him. And I love the fact he's did no pens as well.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, listen, he'll get hated on because he probably lost the ball 18 times today, and that's it.
He'll get hated on for that last time.
A lot of people are calling for Igal. Igal has the link for the show. We've got Ryan backstage. We've got KJ backstage. We're going to share the link a little later. I've got the panel in here we're going to go to in a minute, but we like to spend the first part of the show, of course, talking to you, the audience, with respect to everybody in this room, the most important parts of the football terrace, because that is what you are. We are rent-free. Leicester are getting no hate. We are. Listen, if you're an Arsenal fan and you don't expect Tottenham fans to come for you tonight, you're living on cloud. Of course you're rent-free. And let me say this now. If you're an Arsenal fan and Tottenham are not rent-free in your head, you're not an Arsenal fan. If you support Tottenham and Arsenal don't live rent-free in your head, you're not a Tottenham fan. If you're a Man United fan, and Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, and Chelsea don't live rent-free in your head, you're not a Manchester United fan.
What about Tottenham?
If you're a Tottenham fan, everyone should live rent-free in your head. Yeah, everyone should live rent-free in your head. At the end of the day, that's the point, bro. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you're an Arsenal fan and you're not bothered tonight? If you're not bothered by this result as a Gooner, I am challenging your status as an Arsenal. You're not an Arsenal fan. Get out of it. Get out. Get out. You're not one. You're not one. You got to do E-Boss. This is what you need to express. You need to express your honesty here. And the honest reaction to how you feel right now is, I am fuming at Leicester. I am fuming that Spurs have got Antonio Conte, because they, without no signings, are the real deal. Not great football. Not beautiful. You're not going to, no one's going to write a book on this football. Do you know what I mean? It's not total football in Tottenham style, but that don't matter. That ain't what it's about. Terry today, another example of why Rodgers is the biggest bottler. Listen, Ty, mark down this time on the stream here. Well, we get 8 minutes. We're going to start bang on 8 minutes. Mark this down for me, Ty. Brendan Rodgers is the biggest clown, biggest bottle job, biggest yellow belly, biggest chicken, fool, amateur ever. The talent in his squad, the quality of player, the leads in games or in seasonal runs that this man has had in and thrown away is an atrocity. I said when they won the FA Cup, I would never call my bottle job again. I got a bit giddy. I got a little bit ahead of myself. Brendan Rodgers is a coward. An absolute. I hope tonight he goes home and his wife has packed his suitcases. How can she be with a man like this? No balls. Shriveled up. Like his balls didn't develop from a child. They didn't drop. They're there, shriveled up. Nothing. This man is weak. He's weak. He's weak. He's an absolute clown of a man. Clown of a man. Leicester should sack him. Instant. I'm not taking nothing away from Tottenham. Very good result. But clown. Man is a clown. People can enjoy a calm stream tonight. I don't know about that. I've just talked about someone's balls that didn't drop. But I hear you. Jerome says, yes, Egal. I'm going to read it on the big screen. It's easier than my eyes on this little one. It says, yes, Egal. Where are you at? What happened to nobody is catching Arsenal? I may have lost my voice, but I am waiting for you. I can tell you now, Egal is not turning up tonight. Egal is not turning up. Yes, Al.
Just like his team in the North London derby not turning up.
Oh, that's quite a good one. I need to ask you, Al, how are you feeling tonight, brother? How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, I knew we'd win. It's nothing too bad about it. No, I was stunned for a minute or two. Yeah, it was like one of them games where we just thought we'd play so much better than them, and they looked like smash and grab. And then it was the craziest last minute of a game I've ever seen in my life. and Leicester just decided to part ways so that we could have a nice 3-2 win. And I think they're fully on board at Spurs finishing above Arsenal as well. So thanks, Leicester. Thanks, Leicester City fans. Yeah, and I'm waiting for Igal because he ran his mouth a couple of weeks ago, so I just need to speak with Igal, but he's not going to show up. So
it's funny as well. I don't know where he is, and I hope he's safe and well. I always hope this because you never quite know.
Yeah.
But I've sent him the thing, and I've got one tick on WhatsApp.
Right.
One tick. Let's call him one tick Igal from now. One tick Igal because that phone is on lock off, bro.
He's gone ghost mode.
It's gone. But honestly, like we will talk both games tonight. But from a Spurs point of view, you must now start to believe top 4 is a genuine possibility because comebacks like that are out of this world.
I said it when Conte first come in. If we back him, he can get us top 4. And he's getting us, we're doing what we're doing at the moment with that team. He's not backed us. He's not been backed. He's not been given the people to come in. So I just can't understand why we're not putting 2 or 3 players into this team that's clearly needed, because that midfield is awful and shocking and they just bypass us all the time. Like every team goes past us. But if they give him the money he needs, he can get us top 4 and challenge him for trophies. Not the league before anyone tries to clip it, but challenge him for trophies. But yeah, we've got a world-class manager and they just need to back him. And I reckon we can get top 4 quite comfortably, in my opinion.
How about yourself, Banks? Like obviously Man United won tonight. I'm not going to say it was a great performance, but we pick up the 3 points. You know, we progress. But right now, when you think about top 4 for that final spot, who are the biggest challenges for United? Is it Tottenham? Is it Arsenal? Is it West Ham?
Right now, it has to be Arsenal and Arsenal and Tottenham. Arsenal simply because they've got some sort of continuity. They haven't really missed too many games, and they're in a good run of form. Technically, I mean, they celebrated a 2-1 loss against Man City or whatever, but we won't talk about that. But in terms of United, we can't get ahead of ourselves because of one game. Like we won a game today where for 45 minutes we were abomination. Like it's not unfair to call that United had an abomination in the first half. We switched it around second half, put in a good performance, and we managed to win the game. But if we start the next game off how we started the game against Brentford, we'll lose. We'll lose. And that's no form for top 4. So right now I'd have to say Tottenham, because right now they're not, apart from this game, they haven't really been playing well, but they've been picking up wins, picking up draws. Today they played well and it looked like they was going to lose, and they've somehow managed to pull out a win. So right now they're the form team. They haven't played a lot of games recently, but if they continue to pull out wins even when they're playing rubbish, then they have to be in the discussion for top 4.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think that when I look at the league table right now, it's up in front of me. You've got Man United who's staying 7th after winning. They're level on points of Arsenal that do have a game in hand, but as Arsenal fans well know, games in hand are not a guarantee. Spurs' position, that win tonight though, puts you 1 point behind West Ham. You have 3 games in hand over them as an example. So you have an opportunity to essentially go 8 points clear of West Ham. Arsenal you have 1 game in hand over Arsenal as well. So it's almost like forget what Arsenal do in the next few games. Spurs now have just got to look at West Ham and try and overtake them. And if you beat Chelsea on Sunday, you go within 5 points of them, and you have 4 games in hand you'll have over them at that point. And it's looking rosy. And Antonio Conte is a league specialist. Yeah. Barring that second season at Chelsea where it all went wrong. I mean, by the way, he still won a goddamn. Did they finish top 4 still?
Top 4 and
they still finished top 4 and won an FA Cup. So yeah, I don't know. I agree with Banks. Spurs for me are the favourites at this moment in time to make it into the top 4. And I've kind of felt that I thought we'd be better under Ralph. So I felt that with Ralph coming in, we'd be there or thereabouts.
The run that we had,
the run was mad. The only thing I hope about tonight is that it can galvanize us. That's a genuine hope, not like a sort of pipe dream. My hope is that a win like tonight galvanizes us. But the problem is Spurs' win is a galvanizing win. Tottenham's win is one of those moments that I think will elevate Spurs to another level. Yeah. It's that kind of win which can make that squad start to, even if you just get a tune out of Bergwijn now for the rest of the year. You know, Harry Kane today gets the equalizer, sets up the final goal. He's contributing again. I'm really scared of Tottenham right now. I'm really scared of Tottenham.
So it's even 1 point that sort of win is a point to the board. Like, look at what I'm working with here, and I'm giving you wins like this.
Yeah,
back me, and let's see what can happen. So now that could even be a point to the board.
It is. We've got some footage here from the moment that Tottenham scored.
Oh.
Is there a winner in this? Is there a good?
What's the guy in the grey jumper smoking?
I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure. I mean, I was shocked. I think I was a little bit shocked. There. But yeah, it could have done. It was a madness moment. It was legitimately a madness moment. And like, I've had a bit of stick online for it. And I wasn't celebrating. I was shocked. I actually looked at it back and I was like, did I celebrate? No, that isn't me celebrating. That's me saying I can't believe a team won a game when there's no time left on the clock. Yeah. It was a madness out there. If you didn't watch our watch along, you're mad. You've got to follow us on Twitch, watch the watch alongs, mate, and get yourselves across. But listen, man, it was an absolutely crazy day for yourselves. We're going to share the link in the live comment sections in just a moment. But before we do that, we're going to get a Spurs fan to come on first. I think they deserve it. Ryan Madden is backstage to come on and have his say. Viewers, make sure your like buttons are being smashed. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. Let's do this. Ryan, welcome back to the show. What do you want to say, mate?
First of all, Terry, my voice is a bit mad at the minute. Obviously, big love to Alan. I love working with Alan. But before I talk about Tottenham, Terry, I want to ask Alan to check his WhatsApp for my score prediction in our little game we've got going on our Friday show. I'm sure I predicted 3-2. Alan,
Didn't see it.
You keep telling me I'm cheating. You keep telling me I'm cheating, Alan, but I predicted 3-2.
Didn't see
that game. But that game, I mean, that's the best performance Harry Kane's put in this season so far. His work ethic, his passing, his goal. That was a Harry Kane of old. If we don't back this manager now after all of that, it's a waste of time. We've got just short of 2 weeks now to get in whoever he wants. If we don't back him now, there's no point in any of this because he cannot get top four with rotating Emerson and Doherty at right back. No matter how decent Doherty played tonight, he played a lot better than he's played recently. But he cannot get top four with these players. He needs, even if it's a Dharma trial. I know certain fans, football fans, Tottenham fans don't rate Adama Traore, but if that's who the manager wants, go out, pay the 20 million, go and get Adama Traore, give this manager who he wants, because that's, if I'm right, I'm sure it's 9 games in the Premier League he's had now, and he's won 6, drawn 3 with us at the minute. So he's got us to where we are at the minute. His tactics, whatever he does with him in training, he's got us there. We're battling for top 4 now. If you don't back him, what's the point? What is the point? If you're not going to back him...
I hear you on that, Ryan. I've got a question for you, mate, on a positive note. What's your message to Arsenal fans tonight that said there was no way you were catching them?
I don't care about Arsenal fans. I do not give a rat about Arsenal fans. Let them just keep going on. I mean, obviously I watch you watch your show all the time, Terry. I've seen a gal talking about games in hand don't matter. But then a tweet I saw of him last night was, well, we've got 4 games in hand of Chelsea, so what are you talking about? That's Arsenal fans. That is all Arsenal fans doing. They'll lose Xhaka now to match fixing. They'll obviously. I hope Aubameyang gets healthy soon. Obviously, I've heard he's had to come back with heart problems, so I wish him all the best. Hope he gets healthy soon. But that's all Arsenal fans do. They can win all these games that they're playing at the minute, but as soon as they lose one game, you'll see all the bigger Arsenal fans, the troops, the Lee Gunnar, Robert, Arteta, we don't want him here no more. There will be the downfall of that side. I'm not bothered about Arsenal in the slightest. I'm probably more worried about West Ham than I am Arsenal at the minute. Arsenal don't worry me.
I hear you on that, mate. Ryan, listen, I really appreciate you coming on, having your say, mate. Really, really do. Top man. Enjoy your night and speak to you again soon. It's an interesting take there. Again, as he says, not caring about Arsenal and its other teams. And I don't know if I believe him. I think Spurs fans always care about Arsenal and Arsenal fans always care about Spurs. I think that's the way that it is. I've got a quote here, though, from Thomas Frank, the Brentford manager, who has said, they, Man United, were unbelievably lucky. I know all the crap about taking your chances, but they changed their system against little Brentford. And I'm just, the only thing I can think of right now is that thing, like the salt thing. Because, it's like, we didn't change that system to play you. We played this system against Villa because the 4-2-2-2 wasn't working. And tonight, you didn't take your chances against us. Man United were weak and vulnerable, and your team didn't finish their chances. Don't deflect on us and be like, oh, we changed the system. We beat you 3-1. We should have beat you 4-1. Like, that's a beating. That's a beating, Frank.
2 words for Mr.
Frank Spencer. God.
Just 2 words for Mr. Frank. Hold that. Hold that. Talking about we changed systems, this, that. Forget it. We won the game. Yeah, you may have played better in the first half. I was even so nice about your Brentford team. I was nice about you lot. You lot played better than us. You beat us in the first half. You didn't take your chances. And now you want to come crying in the press. Don't do that. Don't do that, Frank.
Mate, honestly, it's terrible. It's funny because they should have been beating us, but they weren't. And by the way, taking the chances. Let me just say this as well. A goalkeeper saving shots isn't lucky. And I know every single Arsenal fan, I've seen 4 of you say that Frank's right, agree with me. Because when Mr. Ramsdale has rightfully been lauded as amazing this season, through pulling off game-saving saves, game-changing saves, he's lauded. David De Gea saved those opportunities. They didn't miss. They weren't missing the target. David De Gea was saving them. A goalie saving shots is like a striker scoring. It's like going, oh yeah, you scored 5 goals today. Aubameyang got hat-trick, but you were lucky because if Aubameyang missed, you wouldn't have won. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Just typical
really
Arsenal fans always crying about stuff that doesn't go their way. All the people in the chat, I can see your comments going up. Cry some more. Salty tears. I loved reading your salty comments. It doesn't bother me at all. We're ahead of you.
It's hilarious. Listen, KJ's on the show now to have his say with us, people. Let's do this. KJ, what you saying, mate?
Yes. Finally, Terry, a win that we can sit here and say, you know what? We did good. We did good. Was it perfect? No. Is there more to do? Yes. Is the 4-3-3 and the 4-2-3-1 better than the 4-2-2-2 and the 4-4-2? Yes. But I'm just happy that we win. I've had a good day today. Obviously, shout out to my business partner Dre and myself launching our business today. Odyssey Collective, wearing the t-shirt and that already, you know what I'm saying? For all your video needs, people hit us up. And Man United
I will be sharing your stuff later. I just had to get all my stuff for work out the way, but I will be sharing your stuff later on, G.
Thank you, my guy. But I was expecting Man United to come ruin my evening, as they always do. Banks, when life is blessed, maybe you're hanging with your gal, maybe you're hanging with your mates, maybe you're just having a good day at work, then Man United come around and ruin it. I was expecting that. But no. Yep. The first half was very shaky, not good enough. But the second half, whatever Ralph said, got them fired up. Alanga, someone who I'm happy for. I don't think he's necessarily the greatest talent to come out of the academy, but he works hard, he tries, and he keeps going. And got a very, very, very good goal. Very saucy. The touch and the header, beautiful. Greenwood getting a goal. We love to see that. And then Marcus Rashford coming on and getting a goal, which he needs. So I'm just very happy with the performance. Hopefully 4-3-3 is here to stay. I have got to go, but I just want to say it's not over yet. We've still got more work to do.
I hear you on that, KJ. Good luck with the business, mate. We'll chat soon, brother. Thank you very much indeed. I think he's right about Man United. There is a long, long way to go for this team. But you just got to, when you've given up hope, like I have with United, it's about celebrating the wins, And if we win at the weekend, and do you know what's so bad? I haven't even looked at who we're playing. I have no idea who we're playing this weekend. Yeah, I haven't even looked because I'm not looking that far ahead. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with it. And look, if this win turns to a better performance in the next game with another win, and then we keep progressively getting better, then maybe a little bit of hope will start to come back in again. And just want to win games now and enjoy the match. And it's kind of hard to enjoy the United games. We have both games on at the same time, and I split between the two. We're working and doing what we're doing for people, but happy with it. Really and truly am. We've got another call here. We've got Rack coming on. Rack's a Liverpool fan, so I'd be interested to get his take on this tonight. What are you saying, Rack?
Yeah, good Terry. Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I watched the game today, and obviously I wanted Brentford to win, and they kept missing chances in the first half, and I was like, damn, they're gonna pay for this. But yeah, look, United did what they needed to do at the end of the day. They created the best chances of the game probably, and took away the 3 points. So fair enough. What I'm really intrigued about and happy about actually is that this top 4 race I think is going to be crazy. Like, after all you've been saying in recent days, Terry, I think there's a chance that Chelsea could bottle top 4, and then you got United maybe. I mean, I still think your performance in the first half was highly questionable, shall we say? But you got the 3 points. Spurs look like they're on form. Arsenal are playing well, so I think Arsenal are going to be there. And to be fair, Jess said it earlier today. West Ham, I can't see him staying with it, but West Ham are still staying. They're in the fight right now as well. So I'm really looking forward to the fight for top 4. I know you're going to say are Liverpool in the fight for top 4 as well, and I don't think we are. I think we're going to be clear, but we'll see. We'll see. It'll be a good end to the season.
Mate, listen, do you know what? Look, Liverpool right now, like, especially if you, it was always what happened in these games when Mo Salah and Mane were away. You win the first one, you win this game, and I don't think you'll be dragged into it. But tonight's results just put more pressure on Chelsea now on Sunday, and I know most people have written Man United off, but football is a funny. Everybody predicted there'd be an upturn with Ralph, and they were wrong. So to say that they won't come back from where they are now, this season's proven. No one thought Arsenal would be in this top 4 race. We all thought a year ago, we said West Ham aren't going to keep up with this pace, and a year later they're still there or thereabouts. Yeah. Everybody expected no real difference in Antonio Conte's team. Look, they haven't lost a game yet under him. So yeah, you're right. It's going to be amazing, and it's needed because there's no title race anymore. You and Chelsea sorted that. You and Chelsea ruined the season for the neutrals. You know what I mean? So the rest of us have got to save it, really, haven't we? Do you know what I mean? We've got to save the season and give us a bit of excitement.
Well, yeah. Look, I mean, I think obviously Chelsea are out of it now. I think they were probably out of it just before then. Look, I think there's a 5% chance that we could still win the title, but it's pretty remote at this stage. And to be fair, look, I think the game we've got against Palace at the weekend is the last game that either Salah or Mane or Keita could miss for us. So that's going to be a positive. But going to Palace, I'm a little bit worried about that. But if we can get over the Palace game and get the 3 points there, then I still think we'll have a solid, strong end to the season. Last season, when we had most of our players back, we won 8 games out of 10 in the last 10 games. So, I still think we'll finish strongly. Maybe not strongly enough to win the league, but you got to take it where you can get it. And then we still got the Champions League to fight for.
I hear you, mate. I do. Rack, legend for coming on, mate, and having your say. Top man, mate. And we'll speak to you soon. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Next on the show, we're going to go to, I don't know who everybody supports back here. We've got an Arsenal fan coming on, though. Is we here from Maguna? Let's hear from Maguna. Josh is with us now. Big Arsenal fan. What are you saying, Josh?
Listen, Leicester are shit. I don't want to hear anybody tell me Leicester are better than Arsenal again. How many times have they bottled game after game after game? Nah, they're shit. Anyway, Tottenham, well done. You deserve 3 points. But listen, we're coming for you, yeah? We are coming for you. And listen, last thing, do not ever write Arsenal off. Because if you do, we will come hard. Just warn you guys. Just warn you guys. But anyway, Leicester fans, you're in the mud, bruv. You're in the fucking mud. Shit team. Dead team. Dead.
Wait, how can you be coming for Spurs if we know what's going to catch up? If Arsenal were going to get 4th, how are you going to catch Spurs now?
One word, Spursy, yeah? Cool.
Spursy?
Okay. Yeah? Remember that.
At least Spurs show up for their games and they don't bottle it.
But have you played it?
But you didn't show up.
But we haven't played it, have we?
So you didn't show up.
But we haven't
no
played
one can catch you, and we've caught you. Man United now level on points with you. Looks like you're the only one being Spursy at the moment.
But we're not Tottenham. You're Tottenham. You're Spursy. Listen.
You weren't Spursy today.
Listen, bro. Listen to me. Well done. Yeah, 3 points. Listen, big ass, but I'm telling you now, we will overtake you. We will be top
Okay,
four. I'm
we'll see
telling
at
you
the end
now.
of the season. We'll see.
Guys, clip us all you want. I'm telling you right now, Arsenal are getting fourth. I'm telling you right now. Right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, good win, well done. But Leicester, whew, you in trouble.
Mate, top
Big
man.
trouble.
Be careful eating those microphones as well, bro.
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
mad eating that microphone. Listen, Josh, my
No,
G,
big up,
will
man.
chat soon. Thank you very much, bro. I knew some gooners that come out tonight. We've got Zion on the line next. What you saying, Zion?
Are you right, Terry?
Yeah, I'm very well. What do you want to say, bro?
Seeing both United and Tottenham tonight, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm worried. I'm worried for Chelsea right now because the performance wasn't there obviously yesterday, and I'm worried that Spurs and Arsenal will catch up. Obviously, we've got Spurs next, say, in the league. So the way they performed today, especially, coming back, fair play to them. And it's going to be a tough finish to the season for Chelsea if they continue how they're going. So fair play to Spurs and fair play to United because they needed these wins, let's be real.
Yeah, they did, and as you say, it puts that honestly, coming the weekend. There's quite a few comments saying that Chelsea, Chelsea are Chelsea. They'll come back and they'll win. If you lose to Tottenham, do you think they'll overtake you in the league by the end of the season? If they beat you with these games in hand, what do you think will happen, mate?
I think this is where now the board will look at. If Chelsea say don't beat Spurs on the weekend, and then we say go to Qatar for the Club World Cup and we don't win that, and then we got Palace, I think, when we come after we played when we reached the Club World Cup, Tuchel will be looked at big time because he as much as he's won the Champions League last season and got us into the Champions League again with top four, obviously like that, he will be looked at. And the Chelsea board, they're ruthless. So I think if we don't win against Spurs, which I think it's a must-win game now, definitely, I think we're in trouble. And let's be real, if we don't finish in the top four and we don't get any trophy this season, Tuchel will be sacked. And I'm not saying it just because because of what he's won and everything like that, but I think it will happen. And the Chelsea board, everyone knows the Chelsea board. If Roman doesn't get a trophy or doesn't get top four this season, he'll sack him, and he's ruthless like that.
I hear you on that, mate. Zion, thank you for calling in and having your say. I appreciate it, bro. Top man. Thank you. Next, we've got a Man United fan. Mo is on the line. What you saying, buddy?
Yeah, I watched the game today. It's a good game. First half was pretty boring. Second half, we improved. I just want to ask you, Terry, if Thomas Tuchel gets sacked from Chelsea, would you take him at United?
Thomas Tuchel, yeah. I said it on the stream earlier today. Sacking him would be a big mistake by Chelsea, but I want them to sack him because I want Chelsea to lose one of the best managers in the world. Like I'm tactical with it. It's like the weakest link. Sometimes you've got to vote out the strongest link to make sure that you're not the weakest link. And I'd love Chelsea to sack him because he's so brilliant. So yeah, it would be a madness. And look, Chelsea could turn this round, and Chelsea could go on a 5-game winning streak, a 10-game unbeaten streak, 15-game unbeaten streak, winning 14 of them. They've got that capability in their squad. And then all this conversation becomes immaterial. But this next week, they play Tottenham. And then very soon they go away to the World Club Championship where everybody's going to play at least 2 games while they're away. They come back and suddenly find themselves sitting 5th. And they still have teams like Tottenham and Arsenal, maybe with a game in hand over them or something. The pressure's going to mount up. And listen, football is a funny old game. And I'm very intrigued to see what happens. It's going to make the season. I want it to be like this, though, because it makes the season exciting. Yeah. Otherwise, if top 4 was done now and the title race was done now, literally, there'd be no point watching the games.
Yeah.
Terry, also, one other thing. We definitely need a midfielder, man. That guy, Fred, is awful. I swear to God. He's so bad. He's like a headless chicken, man. McTominay looked all right today. Like, I prefer McTominay over him. Like, he's a disaster waiting to happen. I'm telling you, this guy's got no control of football, or he's got no footballing brain.
Mo, don't you think they take it in turns to be rubbish though? Because just the other day he was against Wolves. McTominay couldn't make a pass.
Bro, I've always said about McTominay and Fred, they're the same player. So when you talk about McTominay and Fred, it's basically the same player doing the same job. Like, we just need, I don't know if Terry knows, but we need a midfielder this transfer window. Anyone. like Haidara, whoever. I just need
Yeah.
someone to come in. And
I hear
Pogba's
you,
back
bro.
as well.
I hear you, bro. Mo, top man for coming on and having your say.
Always,
Really
Terry.
appreciate it,
Appreciate it.
mate. Thank you
Thanks.
very much
Bye.
indeed. Yeah, Tyrone, THFC. Long time no see. He's been away a while. It's nice that you're back. Uncle Bob here says, my head is so hot. I despise Leicester. Biggest bottle jobs. I work for Chelsea, so I'll be at the game on Sunday. I need my beloved Arsenal to win badly. So you're an Arsenal fan who works at Chelsea. That must be painful, bro. That must be painful for you each and every single day. How can Rodgers not win with this team? Some of the players he has were considered young prospects that buy in Juve and everything. Listen, Patson Daka and Sumari, those talents everybody was looking at. They got Maddison that Arsenal were prepared to pay £70 million for this year. Cienci was talked about as one of the best centre-backs in the league a couple of years ago. They have got a brilliant team. They've got a brilliant team. And the thing is, you can't even blame AFCON or a player or two being away. These men have been failing like this with or without those guys.
Yeah.
Tottenham till I die, Terry. I called in on the Chelsea game. That's the sort of mentality I want, the passion. Stephen Bergwijn, I love it. Thank you very much indeed. The next caller, we're going to speak to a Spurs fan. Glenn's coming on now, big Tottenham fan. Keep hitting that like button, people. Let's go.
Go on, Glenn.
What is going on? Jesus. Come on. Oh my days. Bro, I'm sorry. Like, that was a fucking roller coaster, bro. A roller coaster of emotions. I went from like 1-1, and honestly, I thought you were probably just going to draw it. And then when we were 2-1 down, I was losing it. I can't even lie. I was like, I can't believe this. We need investment. We still need investment, by the way. Need investment. All of this. This is horrible. Look what they're giving Conte. And then fucking Stevie B. I swear, we better not sell him. I've been saying from time, yeah, he is a confidence player. I get it, right? So his debut, he did that fucking screamer against Man City. Fantastic. And then after that, he missed the 2 chances against Liverpool at Anfield. And then from there, it was kind of downhill. But I just felt like he needed the chances. And look at that. You give him the chances and look at what happens. But it's still not enough. Like, I think, look, we can make top 4, but we need signings. We need signings. Like, Conte, in my opinion, is working miracles still. Even though, like, he clearly knows what he's doing, like, world-class manager, but he's working miracles with, like, Matt Doherty. Like, come on, bruv. Matt Doherty. You saw him play, bruv. Did you see his crosses? His crosses, they may as well just been passes sometimes. They were piss. They were dog shit. I'm sorry, not good enough. Like Stephen Bergwijn, end of the day, Conte said he sees him as a striker, and he's proved it. But we still need a bit more on the right. We need something in the middle as well. We need a midfielder desperately. We can't be running. Look, Skip and Højbjerg, yeah, we know that they're sick players. Double pivot, all of that. But in my opinion, rotate them, get someone else in who's a bit more dynamic. Because we just can't, like, maintain this. Like, there's, like, flecks of brilliance, but we can't really just go the whole season like this. We've shown we can be clutch, which is actually very unlike us. I will say that. Because normally, whenever I see it, like, we're 2-1 down or something like that, 80 minutes, I'm like, oh, this is kind of over. And I was thinking that to myself. But that right there is why I love watching football. I swear to you, that is actually why I love watching football.
Mad,
That was incredible.
I've had, like, all over Twitter, people like, how dare Terry celebrate that goal? I wasn't celebrating it like I'm so happy. It was, I weren't out. I wasn't celebrating it. It was more, it was on the internet live. I know I weren't, but it was more like, what a moment. And I can't even imagine how Spurs fans feel. And I've been through those moments myself. Listen, what you did then, can I just echo? Maybe you get this now, Glenn and Alan. Imagine that happens to win a Champions League. Right? Imagine that happens to win a Champions League.
Yeah.
And then anybody dare tell you it isn't the greatest moment in Champions League history.
Yeah.
That's why I get that emotion, because what it does, it brings back that for me. And I felt it in there. And the galvanizing element of it is going to be massive. And I'm just looking at your run in the Premier League under Antonio Conte. It's 9 games he's played, 6 wins. Yes, you've had 3 draws. One of those draws was Liverpool, which, you know, who were in good form at the time you played them. Yeah, you'll be disappointed with the Southampton and the Everton draws looking back. But you're hard to beat. And when you're hard to beat, there's always that chance. And if he gets 1 or 2 players in this next 10, 11 days, and I am reliably informed by the brilliant Dean Jones that it should be happening at some point this week.
Yes.
Is there plus? By the way, someone says Terry's a Tottenham fan, like your dad. I'm always happy for Tottenham because of my dad, because I love my dad, and my dad will be happy. So I'm not gonna. I won't deny that. I won't deny that.
I say, look, Traore. If Traore needs to come in on the right, I think honestly he could cause enough chaos that it actually makes a difference. But yeah, we definitely need ourselves a midfielder as well. And honestly, like given the length of Conte's contract, we need to utilize all of these windows, because who's to say by the end of that the extension's guaranteed? A lot of people will be sitting there saying, "Oh, he's only there for 2 seasons." So, like, do you know what I mean? So, if that's the case, we need to actually convince him to stay, and then we need to do that by investing in all of these windows. And if you ask me, honestly, look, I'll put my tinfoil hat on. Yeah, against Chelsea, I felt like he was kind of down tools in us a little bit. I just been like the decisions he was making were. Everyone was kind of like, "Well, why?" I don't really know. Like, we're like, look, it's Conte, but why is he putting Doherty on the left? Why is he putting him there? Why are you doing this and that? It's almost like he was not throwing the games, but do you know what I mean? He was sort of making us look even more fragile than we were, just to be like, look, we need investment. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear what you're saying, mate. Do you know what is this? I think Antonio Conte just doesn't like cup games. He just doesn't like the cups, does he? Yeah, cups, Europe, he wants that. He loves it in the league. Glenn, you're a legend, mate. Thanks for coming on and having your say. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Just a quick shout out to the moderators. Stop timing out Star-Lord in the comment section just because he's having a dig at you and bantering you. We do not time people out for any other reason than bigotry. And I'm talking like the proper stuff. Do you know? I'm not saying him saying he thinks you smell. That is not bigotry. So if you don't like him, ignore him. Please stop timing out our viewers. If your moderators keep doing it, I will take all privileges away from moderators. I respect that you keep the chat clean, but stop abusing the power that you have in there to kick people out that have an opinion you disagree with, because it's not going to happen on the terrace. When Spurs scored for 2-2 in the 95th minute, they immediately grabbed the ball and restarted. Arsenal versus Palace. Mentality good. That's funny. Just funny as well. Someone said in the comments, I've lost it now. It said, Terry, you're acting like no team's ever won a Premier League game in the last minute. I don't think there's been very many occasions where a Premier League team has scored 2 goals in the 94th and 95th minute of the game from being 2-1 down. I can't think of an example off the top of my head where a team did that. In it, Aguero maybe. Aguero could be one, but I don't. Aguero would be one of them. And of course, that meant even more because it won a league title. Obviously, we can think of Ollie doing it for Man United and sharing on Ollie doing it in the Champions League final. But there aren't very many when it's 2 goals, where you need 2 and you're at 94 minutes and you've only got 5 minutes of time added on. I can't think of any. Next, we've got loads more callers still. We've got Mo on the line with us now. What are you saying, Mo?
Hey guys, what's up? I did exactly what you said, what you did, Terry, on Twitch when you like celebrated Spurs, even though I'm a neutral, but it was that rush through your blood when like 2 goals, and then they grabbed the first goal, they grabbed the ball, and then they went to get the second one. And then I saw these videos on Twitter from the fans in the stadiums when everybody went crazy after the final whistle. But if that tells us one thing, it tells us that some of these players still care. Some of these players like Kane, he still cares. He was dropping today every single time, trying to get involved in the game. He was trying to create as much as going forward and trying to score. Lucas Moura did his best. Sanchez, maybe his best is not good enough, but he tried. But the one player today that I think he should never start again for Tottenham is Emerson Royal. And everybody should know this by now. This guy is a filler until they find a better one. This is what it is. He's not even at that level at all. What I wanted to say about Spurs today, tactically, they went to Leicester and they dominated Leicester, which is not a lot of teams can do that. When you go create more, have ball position. But again, James Maddison is brilliant. He dictated everything in the game when Leicester City had the ball, and that made a big difference. This guy needs to go somewhere bigger. I'm sorry to say that for Leicester people, but this guy has a lot to offer. When he came back from injury, now he's 100%. He has a lot to offer in football, in English football, but he needs to go to a bigger club than Leicester that will challenge for top 4 and the league. As for Man United, to be honest, today I thought a lot of people said if David De Gea is our man of the match because we won 3-1 and he was man of the match for me, for Man United, it's nothing on the players and nothing on anybody. However, all I want to say is Ralph Ragnick today again getting out tacticked by what's his name? I lost his name. Thomas Frank today. To be honest, it's a game after a game after a game trying to find the formation that worked. And I saw you guys in the studio trying to call out the players. Elanga had a terrible first half, to be honest. He lost the ball too many times. Fred was absolutely, his touch was very long every time he tried to get the ball under control, and he lost it, and that resulted in a counter attack after a counter attack for Brentford. When you guys were trying to go forward, Bruno Fernandes was not good enough. But again, it's the quality that Man United possesses. This is what we're talking about. So everybody that is telling me that Man United, they don't have the players to compete for top four today, when you were under pressure, some of the players showed quality that you have the players. You just need the system. Maybe from above, as you always say, Terry, it needs a system in the club for this club to perform well. You need a system, and everybody should follow the system on and off the pitch. But the quality is there. Nobody can tell me that Marcus Rashford with that finish doesn't have a quality. Nobody can tell me that Bruno Fernandes doesn't have a quality. The guy is coming from 2 seasons where he was really, really good.
Yeah, I would say this. I'd say about being out tacticked. I disagree. So I'm not saying we played well, but when it's all about confidence. When Man United played with a bit of authority and confidence, we dominated the ball. They counter-attacked us primarily. They didn't dominate possession and have us pinned down in our box. Our problem is a lack of courage and togetherness when teams put us under pressure. And I don't think that's about the system. I think that's about the players growing in confidence and realizing that they are still the better players and the better team. Today was very much like the Aston Villa game, where for large parts, Man United were the strongest team. And partly that's because of the system, and partly that's because we have better players on paper. But still, even when we went 3-1 down, there was that moment of, I don't have confidence that they can get themselves through it. It's an adversity thing that we have a problem with. So I understand where you're coming from. I think Ralph's biggest job system's a bit of it. Ralph's biggest job is making these players believe that they are good enough to be able to win these games. And sometimes they make the unintelligent decision. It's out of fear. It's a little bit. I used to be a fighter. Sometimes people turn their head away in the ring, and it makes you actually, when you turn your head and you're not looking, you get hit more. But it's a weird natural instinct to turn your head because you feel like it's protecting yourself. Some of our players get tunnel vision on the ball. It's because they're not feeling confident. And that's been borne out through months and months of underperformance. But look, that second half was a much better display. The hope is they grow from there. But I'm not holding my breath as a Man United fan because I've been holding my breath for 9 years and my lips are blue, bro. My lips are blue. Mo, great call, my friend. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Cheers, bro. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Next on the show, so many callers. I love this guy last night. Redneck Blues coming on. I'm not sure where he's from. I don't know. But he's a Chelsea fan. What do you want to say? Very funny.
Big up, guys. Big up. Well, I'm here today to actually jump on the bandwagon. Like I knew Conte and Spurs will actually better fit than Manchester United and Spurs. And what's his name? And Conte. The way, just because Man United have too many stars in the team, and Conte doesn't like that. Conte likes the hard-working players. So I think for Spurs and Conte, it's a good fit. The problem is how long will it last? Because Conte has a shorter temper than Abramovich. Abramovich has short temper, but Conte has even shorter temper than him. So the biggest problem is how long it will last. For me, I am worried about Tottenham on Sunday. Not because of Spurs, but because we have a bad, home display this season. We're playing better away game than we play at home. Plus, another two, we have a Statue of Liberty playing in front of us, which is pretty unmovable thing. So, what's his name? What's the name? We don't have how you call them, the people that look for the players. Basically, we have a bunch of architects because it looks like we're just building the buildings in front three, not just actually scouting the players. My problem with Arsenal and top four, I think it's a little bit of Arsenal is going to be exposed later in the schedule. Same with Spurs. I'm actually more worried about Man United. Man United always had quality, and United had how you call it, that Fergie ghost for me, because I've been watching Chelsea when Man United and Chelsea have been dominating the early 2000s, and for me that ghost is always haunts me. So watching United winning today is bring me all bad memories. So for me, I don't see Spurs beating us to top 4. I don't see Arsenal beating us to top 4. I actually think a United is going to sneak up, because West Ham is going to drop. They always do at the end. Arsenal, they are literally one injury away from getting. Tottenham, I'm worried, but I'm not worrying that much. Because, first of all, they lose a really important player, Son. I think Son is one of the best players in the Premier League for the past couple of seasons. And for me, that's the reason why. Yeah, I am Putin. Thanks for the comment.
I'm sure you must have heard that one.
Brother, absolutely brilliant call. You make me die. You're hilarious, mate. Take care, mate, and we'll speak again soon. Cheers, Alex. Thanks, mate. I love it. I don't know where he's from. I can't tell with accents, but he's just, there's this like, I don't know what the word for it is. Like, he's just got this dry, dark, blunt humor. Someone here says culture cams from Wish. Is that at you?
It's definitely at me.
But you don't try and act like culture cam.
I look like culture cams, apparently. That's what everyone tells me. You see it?
No.
I don't see it either. I don't see it either.
I think you got lighter skin.
Yeah,
as well. Not only do you not look like him, you got lighter skin.
I don't see it, but
don't know.
Yeah, nah, culture comes from Wish.
A big up culture cam as well. I love the guy. I had him on the show before. Great guy. Killing it. Next on the show, I haven't seen this kid in about 4 years. It's AJ. AJ, the Spurs fan, is back. What are you saying, G?
I'm blessed, Terry. How you been? It's been a minute.
You look more like Rashford now than before.
No, honestly, university's got me in a chokehold. If I'm honest with you, I don't get a chance to watch Tottenham like 2-3 times in a row. So I got lucky with this one. And in
Bro, you do this. It's overrated. Quit it, and I'll get you a job, my brother's building site, bro. It's cool. No, I'm joking. You stay there and work, my G. But yeah, what did you make of your performance tonight, bro?
Boy, before Leicester even scored one, we should have had 3 or 4. And when James Maddison made it 2-1, I was seething. I can't even lie. But I think we got what we deserved. Brendan Rodgers, it couldn't have happened to a better manager. Because if I'm honest, just like Arsenal, Leicester, Brendan Rodgers, and a couple other teams, they've taken the mick with the availability rule for if you don't have enough players. So it couldn't have happened to a better manager.
Mate, do you know what? I get a lot of people when it comes to that. Like with Brendan Rodgers, for me, like I've said, and my video is actually going out there now, doing the rounds on Twitter and stuff. Like, he just annoys me because I think why I don't like him, one, there's Liverpool, but I think it's because he embodies what I don't like about modern day football fans, where it's all about how things look and not about what you deliver. Now, I know he's won an FA Cup, and I know I don't care what he did in Scotland, because that level of like, it's what you do in the Prem that I'm judging. I cover the Prem and I review the Prem. In the Premier League, more often than not, he has crumbled at the final hurdle. And look, I'll always credit him for winning that FA Cup. You know, he's not a complete failure, but with the squad that he's got, like twice thrown away Champions League football, the way they got knocked out of Europe this year as an example, you know, it just isn't good enough. But he gets spoken about. I think my issue is this: he gets spoken about on the same level as greats because his football looks good at times. Yeah. And for me, it's like, no, what you win is the first qualifier for the greatness conversation. Yeah. After what you've won, we start looking at how you did it. Yeah. Like, not the how you did it first. It's got to be what you've won to qualify, and then the why and the how comes after that for me.
Agreed.
That's me. But AJ, listen, it's really good to see you again, bro. I really appreciate it, brother. And we'll speak again soon. Top man, good luck with uni, brother. Yes, before we went uni, this guy was calling regular. Good guy, really good lad, actually.
He would do that to you, fam.
Mate, I've noticed a few people this year have like gone like they're not around anymore. It's like, I went back to work or this happened or whatever else. But there we go. I'm really sorry we can't get anybody else on the show. So I know everyone's backstage, got so many waiting as you guys. That's what it's like every day for me. I'll get to the end and I've got all them people still waiting there. And I can't get everyone on. I'm very sorry.
Terrace is massive.
So Igal's missing in action, is he?
Igal has not opened the WhatsApp message.
You coward, Igal.
That be facts. But everyone that's tuned in, thank you. Everyone who watched the live watch along today, big shout out to Banks and Alan for doing what they did. Big shout out to Tyler over there doing the clips for us today. And of course, J-Ron, the J-Dog, doing his thing. And I've got it booked in, ladies and gents. In about 2 weeks' time, I'm going to have hair back. I'm not going to have hair. You're going to see a different look in Terry Fluers. I'm getting my final sleeve done. I'm going to lose some weight. It's going to be a proper Towie transformation.
The Boohoo model. Sponsorship. Hey, he's gonna become a Boohoo model. Just wait on Terry. Just wait.
I'm gonna roll him back the years, mate. I'm
definitely taking it sponsored by Boohoo. Seriously, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. What we should do though is I'm gonna ask if Bet Victor can do like an odds thing on how quickly my hair falls out again. Though, like how long it lasts. Listen, I love you all very, very much. Take care. Goodbye. God bless, and we'll see you.